So we're gonna do this on Elite. Like I said, we did this 10 years ago, and we've been wanting to do an updated version of it because it's gonna be way easier than it was way back then. Especially if you're on a tune that had some DPS, which I am not. I don't have a DPS tune flagged for this. In any event, you and one buddy can practice this raid together. You can just come in here on normal, even if you've never done this raid before, just get flagged. And what you're going to do is you're going to beat down the Abbot to 70% health, and he's going to take a break. And then 3 doors are going to appear across from you. One to the left, one to the right, one to the center. Whatever job you want to practice. Let's say you want to practice roids together, okay? You just send your buddy. You need to be able to raise dead. You send your buddy into the left D door. If that's the job you want to practice, then you just follow them in. If it's not, then they die by jumping off, and then they appear back in the center. You raise them. Then you send your buddy into the center D door. If that's the job you want, then you go in. If it's not, they die. Then they come back to the center. You raise them. Then you go back into the third D door. That's how you can practice any job you want with one friend. Okay, you just send your friend into spot. You have 90 seconds. Those D doors are going to be up for 90 seconds. So you got plenty of time, just as long as you're quick about it. You know, you're not dawdling around, but, you know, you should know not to dawdle in this game, right? You learned that from Soulmynd in the grotto. No time to dawdle. Who in Kyber are you?
And we do all the puzzles legitimately, right?
That's that's my Soulmynd impression. Thank you. I mean, no, we can just swim through ice. All right, let's go.
Who's spotting first, you or me?
You can spot left, please. Let's do roids first.
Right.
See, that was on Elite. See how quick that beatdown is with 2 people? So he went.
Left is ice.
So he's doing. Just swim it real quick. So he's gonna do ice. If you get into ice, if you're duoing this, if you get into ice, you can just swim it real quick. All you gotta do is just come through here. You need to break this sarcophagus, throw a throwing weapon, or swing a weapon at it, or whatever, and then you just jump and heal. Right, this is really easy. You take a little bit of damage. You got to break that sarcophagus there. Once those 2 sarcophagi are broken, this portal will appear, and then you go right back to the center. There's plenty of time to do that. Go center.
Send his goggles.
Die.
When they die? Or grab them? Grab the goggles?
Just die.
Okay.
Hurry up and go right. We're running out of time. Okay, grab 2 stacks. Take the boulders, drag them into your hotbar, click on them to equip them. We'll stand across from each other. You can turn off your heads-up display if that helps you see the incoming asteroids. A lot of people like to do that. And then you're just going to manually target and throw, just like you would manually target and throw like a throwing dagger or something. Do not throw extra rocks. You do not have a lot of extra rocks. Get a little bit, don't get so close to the edge. You're really, really close to the edge there.
Why? My thing's not working.
Why is what not working? Probably, maybe you need to turn off Eldritch Blast.
Oh, that's what. Thanks.
Yep. You're too close to the edge, bro. There you go. That's better. Normally you have 4 people doing this task, but you can solo roids, but 2 people can definitely do it as long as you're kind of quick. And like I said, you and one friend. And just come in here on normal. If you're practicing these jobs, just come in on normal to practice, right? It'll be really easy to beat down the Abbot. And, you can work up the difficulty once you're practice on all the jobs, then you can start stepping up the difficulty. Okay? This raid is very, very easily doable. Okay, viewer STN duoed this with a buddy. Like, was doing it all the time. And STN, he came from another server, and he made a tune over here on Sarlona just to join our teaching raids, right? He wasn't a raider, right? And before he came over to Sarlona, If you had told him like, hey man, you're going to be duoing the Abbot raid, you know, in, you know, a year and a half from now, he'd have been like, what? Not me. Are you crazy? But he did it, you know. We want to show you that you can do this too, guys. This isn't rocket surgery, you know. It just takes a little bit of effort to learn how these tasks work. But, you know, if you already play this game, then you already know probably how to manually target and throw a throwing weapon, right? You just hold down the right mouse button, you use your targeting reticle, and you click the left mouse button to throw, right? That's not hard. That's all we're doing here. Okay, we're just shooting down incoming asteroids, just like the old Atari game Asteroids, right? Whoop-de-doo. Like you were playing that back in 1979. You know, remember Asteroids? Dunt, 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 and the little UFO came out. Doo-doo-doo-doo. You remember that? Flying around a triangular spaceship. Vector graphics. So we've already done ice. We're just about to finish roids. And now we need to do the goggles task, which the goggles task is, you know, probably the most technically challenging puzzle in the game. But again, it's not rocket surgery. Soulmynd have been doing goggles together for a decade, over a decade. You know, it just takes practice, and it can be a lot of fun to practice that with a buddy. You know, as long as you have a buddy who's going to be patient and who's willing to learn it with you. You two can come in here and practice goggles together. You can practice roids together. You could practice ice together. Once all the asteroids are shot down, these sarcophagi appear. You break them. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright. I'm going to put on spell absorption. And let's go through. Put on spell absorption, that way if the Abbot, if he encases me, the spell absorption will block it. I'll take it off now since he's not even down yet. But you can use the leftover rocks from the roids puzzle. The leftover rocks from the roids puzzle can be used to break people out of the encasement. The encasement, like people will be encased in a large boulder, right? You just target the boulder, you know, manually, and you throw the rocks at it. You break them out, no big whoop. See right there? But he got out of it. But that's what the encasement looks like. Okay, so now we want to find goggles. So this is the second beat down. We'll need to beat him down to 70% health now before he takes his smoke break. All right. Spot wherever you want.
I'm in left.
What is it?
So ice.
Okay.
Be right back.
So he ended up in ice, so he's going to have to swim through that. So he's trying to find goggles now because the location of the jobs changes again. So we got to figure out where goggles is.
Center is roids. I'm dying.
Okay. So center was left was ice, center was roids, so we know that goggles is the right door. I'm in. So I pick up these goggles here that are in the purple bag, and I'm going to equip them. That's going to let me see the invisible tiles that are phasing in and out. There's a field of tiles here that are invisible. That equipping those goggles lets me see them. Let's do the regular. Let me know when you're ready. The puzzle, the pattern I'm going to show you works every time, regardless of the location of the blues and the number of blues that you get. So all the tiles are phasing in and out at the same pattern every time you do this. What changes is the number of blue tiles that you get and those locations of the blue tiles. The blue tiles are static. Sometimes you don't get any. Get ready. Go 4. Three. Just phased out, get ready. 1. Forward 1. And to the end. Great job, bro. You got to break the sarcophagus over there, which he's doing. 60% of the time, it works every time. Okay, now he gets a different set of goggles upstairs. I don't know if the Harper pin works on encasement. That's a good question. And now he gets to lead me across this side. If you're looking for a full explanation of this task, I do have video for that on my YouTube channel. I'm ready when you are.
Visual Ginger. Sucker, I'll get ready. Come over 1. Pause over 4.
He's taking me on a pattern that works every time over here.
Maybe forward 1. Pause. Over 1. Pause. Back 1.
We call this the row 4 snake dance.
Actually make it 3 to a blue. Steer your arm.
See him up there on the second story.
Once the end. Over
Okay.
1. Over 1. Face the end. Go the end.
Great job, bro.
Here's well.
Abbot's not down yet. Come on in. So the Abbot goes up for 5 minutes, so then we're gonna have to wait a few minutes for him to come down. Now that all the tasks have been done, we just need to beat the Abbot down and we win. There's lots of quells in here which inhibit spell casting, so if you're a divine or if you can be intercessed, you might want to have something with intercession ward. Like I have Epic Glimpse of the Soul that has intercession ward on it, so it can't be quelled. But if there are there's a few other items in the game that have that. So if that's a problem for you, use whatever intercession ward item that you can get your hands on if you're trying to do this raid, especially if you're trying to do it, solo or duo. This raid can be soloed, and there are videos up. There's at least a couple people that have done it and made videos of it, like Aldbar is one of them. It's really, really tricky to solo. It does require some luck, and it requires the ability to self-raise, so you kind of got to build for that. But you don't need anything special to duo it. You don't need any kind of special build or the ability to self-raise. You just need to raise a friend. You just have to bring some raise dead scrolls. You know what I'm saying? That's all you need to duo it. And you can duo it every time. It doesn't require any amount of luck to duo it. It is 100% duoable reliably. Okay, but soloing it is more the kind of thing that you do just to say that you did it. It's not very realistic to think that you're going to solo it 20 times to try to get your 20th reward list. Soloing it, the Abbot, like I said, is just kind of thing like that you do just because it's a pretty cool thing to do. I have never soloed it, even though it's my favorite raid, because like I said, you have to build for it to be able to solo it, and I do not care enough to bother. If I want to do the Abbot raid, I'll do it with my guild as I do it every Friday night, or I know that I can duo it with my buddy Soulmynd or whatever. And like I said, just have one dedicated friend. Even if both of you have no clue how this raid works, you can come in here together and practice all the jobs together. Once you get all the jobs down, then I'm encased. I forgot to equip spell absorption. And do I really not have I don't have a Harper pin on this tune.
Hang on.
Lame. So he's going to use the extra rocks to bust me out. And I'm going to equip my spell absorption so I don't get encased again. Thank you. If you get hit by the Inferno, you want to drink a curse pot. Otherwise, you can take spell point, hit point damage until you're dead. Or you can equip spell absorption. Or you can use the leftover wands from the ice task to put a wand out, ice ball island out in the water. And you can jump to that while the Inferno happens. That's the old school way of mitigating an Inferno. Great job, bro. That was awesome. Do it again. 10 years ago, we duoed this and posted a video of it. But we wanted to do an updated
15 minutes?
version.
115 minutes, not bad.
Hell yeah, it took us like a half hour 10 years ago to do it. Thanks for doing this, man.